Hi there, and welcome to Wellness TV on Toronto TV. I'm your host, Randy Rowett. Nice to have you with us for another session. Today I have two guests on Wellness TV. I have Paula Ashworth. Hello, Paula.
Hi.
Hi. Paula is a registered nutritional consulting practitioner. And also with me is Maria Fabijak today.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi.
Nice to see you both here. And I think we'll start off by asking Paula the first question here. You deal with a lot of conditions known as Syndrome X. Can you tell us what Syndrome X is?
That's right. Syndrome X is only a term used to describe a condition or a cluster of symptoms, basically. What they are is some of them could be abnormal blood fats, like high cholesterol levels in the blood, high triglyceride levels, high blood pressure and obesity, difficulty losing weight. These are all symptoms that describe the condition of Syndrome X. Now, Syndrome X, basically what it is, it's insulin resistance. What happens is after a lifetime of consumption of high refined carbohydrate consumption, yes, your pancreas is constantly putting out insulin, which is the hormone that your pancreas
right.
puts out to lower your blood sugar levels. And basically your beta cells that receive the insulin become resistant, no longer responding to this specific hormone to bring your blood sugar levels back to normal.
So in a diabetic situation, per se, people are eating the wrong types of carbs and simple carbohydrates, and this...
Well, basically, Syndrome X
yes.
can lead to type 2 diabetes,
right,
and of course arteriosclerosis.
Okay. And there's no secret to the viewers out there that I'm a diabetic, and I try and take care of it and through natural remedies, and as well as through stress management and exercise, things like that too. But
Wonderful.
It's that fat tissue that you develop, especially for diabetics in the middle, and that's insulin resistance.
That's right.
Yes.
As we know, the standard American diet would actually recommend several refined carb snacks or with every meal, and in
yes.
fact, the average American will consume 2 or 3 refined carbohydrate snacks with every meal, and this is where the problem begins.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what you do, your practice a little bit, an introduction to nutrition. So why nutrition do we talk about today, and who can benefit from a great true nutrition program?
Okay, well, nutrition plays an integral role in any individual's overall health. Cells in our bodies are made from the raw materials that we eat, okay? So, of course, if the healthier our food choices, the healthier the cell structures are going to be in our system. I believe that nutrition is the key to preventative medicine, starting
yes.
with nutrition.
So nutrition and the concept foods that heal, per se. And
That's
there's
right.
a book out there by that name too.
That's right.
Yes. Now, Maria,
Yes.
I ask people, sometimes I go out and do wellness seminars and nutrition and those topics, and some of the things I ask people, what are the 4 food groups, I ask people, from traditionally? And half the time I joke with them, I say, you may think that they're boxed, bottled, canned, and jarred, the 4 food groups.
Yeah.
But that's not them. Tell us a little bit more about your idea of nutrition.
Yes, you are talking probably about macronutrients.
Yes.
Yeah, so we have 4 different macronutrients. Major are our proteins, which we are built actually from
right.
these proteins
Building
per
blocks.
se, building blocks of us.
Yeah.
We have our carbohydrates, which we need to run our any metabolic processes in our body and function mentally. We have our fat, which build structure of our nervous system, our
yes.
brain, and our cellular membrane, and help actually assimilate many different vitamins and minerals. And we have fiber, and we have probably the 5th will be our water, because 75% of us is just water. We forget
right.
about
yes.
water.
We're all being good, viewers, because we all have our water here today.
Yes.
We're all watching.
Yes.
We're all drinking, and I sometimes don't drink enough water, but lately I have. I've started to really increase my intake of water, and that's because of the benefits of, well, it's good for the skin, it helps flush toxins
That's
and all
right.
those types of
And
things.
you'll
Right?
find you'll have a lot more energy as well with water.
Right. So what do you do, Maria, to help, I should say, Paula, what do you do to help your clients in your practice?
Okay, well, although I know that nutrition is very important, but it is sometimes difficult to achieve optimal health through food alone, okay?
Right.
So what I do is I have my clients ask a number of questions. I have a NutriBody questionnaire that is very detailed, and I will ask them about 58 questions in this questionnaire. And this will ascertain, sort of give me an idea of where their nutritional imbalances may lie. So, for example, nutritional and also their body system imbalance, being, either it's the cardiovascular system is imbalanced, or if it's the nervous system or any other system of the body. This will sort of give me an idea where I can use my supplements or herbs to bring their body back to balance whenever they do need it.
Yes.
Right, and what's the basis of your practice?
Yes, I use probably the same approach. I ask my clients as well very detailed question regarding lifestyle, and also they need to answer about 69 questions additionally pertaining nutritional intake. So it means what kind of food they eat.
Yes.
And after analyzing in details all this particular material, I can came up with some kind of protocol. Because we are, biochemically unique. So one food which is good for one person will be not really good for another one. So we really individualize our actually suggestion for the clients. Probably Paula do the same. I do the same.
Yes.
So we usually assess also so-called nutritional biomarkers.
Biomarkers?
Yes,
Okay.
so it gives some signs. We can look at the client, we can assess what kind of deficiencies or they have, or what kind of help, nutritionally speaking, they can benefit from what kind of help, yeah.
Okay. Now here's a question for Paula. Paula,
Yes.
you've heard a lot about hair out there and people losing their hair from a variety of causes, maybe stress management, maybe
Yes.
poor nutrition, any types of things. Now, a guy like me who's losing hair at the top here, which I don't like to say, but I am, and I watched a review of my tape the other day and almost blinded myself at the top of my head.
What about your genetics?
Yes,
Right?
but through genetics also, of course. But for a guy like me, is there any type of nutrition or vitamin that they can take to help with their hair loss?
Okay, well, of course, folic acid
Yes.
and all the B vitamins. Biotin is a major one for hair that you want to take. In terms of herbs, oat straw would be a good one. Walnut bark, comfrey is another very good herb. There's a lot, and then again, by following the right nutrition, the proper nutrition for yourself, as Maria just mentioned, we're all biochemically diverse.
Right.
So what may be helpful for your hair may not be helpful for somebody else's hair. That's just the general. The vitamins and the minerals I just mentioned and the herbs are just general. But then again, if you were to consult with a nutritionist, they tell you specifically for you which one would be best.
Yes.
Yes.
Alopecia is
I'll be
just
speaking to you after about that.
alopecia. I just want to.
Yes,
sorry,
alopecia,
but
yeah.
alopecia is one of the of our biomarkers which we can assess that particular client can benefit from certain supplement regimen.
Yes.
Because,
And here's and arising out of that question for both of you, if you could each of you answer. I'm just wondering, in the ways of supplements for your clients. Now, why do you encourage your clients to take supplements as opposed to just do their overall diet?
Well, for one thing, the farming practices are not like they used to. We no longer get the same benefits from our food that our great grandparents used to have.
Depleted soil nutrients.
Depleted soil,
Yes.
lack of crop rotation for our soil, and of course depleted soil of all the nutrients, and also just the food that we eat today. Well, most people eat. We just don't have the time for preparing the food and for planning the food ahead of time. So people will have 15-20 minutes for dinner. They'll just run out with their kids, either go and get some fast food,
That's right.
or go to the grocery store and buy prepackaged food, which is highly processed, devoid of a lot of
Additives,
nutrients.
preservatives. Yeah.
That's right, or a canned food, and we just don't get those nutrients that we should anymore. It's pretty sad. They've done a lot of studies actually for broccoli, for example. There was this particular study I was reading about where 6 out of its 13 nutrients are no longer there. They're missing.
Wow.
Between 1955 and 1999. That's
Wow.
incredible. That's almost half.
So
right?
it's really changing. So
with me.
yes, with you, and then we'll talk maybe
yes.
about organic after that.
Yeah,
okay.
before I start with any supplement regimen, I strongly encourage my client, every single one, to go organic. I'm
Yes.
telling you because I think this is nutrient dense food sources, and I usually tell people whenever you go for nutrient dense food sources, you don't overeat. You satisfy your hunger and nutritional needs with less, and it's just better for you and for the planet.
Right.
So this is my first suggestion. Whenever we have pathology going on, and we can correct this pathology only with nutritional suggestion, of course, as Pamela said, we go for supplements.
Yes.
because we need something additional at this
Right, because
moment.
there's an imbalance in the body
Yeah.
at that point, so you have to do something a little stronger than just food to bring that back up. So you
Right.
will use herbs or supplements.
Right, and it's a very good idea for people who don't eat properly to really not only that, but assist in their immune system,
Of course.
build up
yes.
their immune system to fight off disease as well. a
You
little
know what? I am quite a fighter. I try to
Yes.
make people go back to kitchen, enjoy food preparing.
Right.
Because it's wonderful time which you can spend with your family, and people forget. People go for very, very simplistic life, and really, staying in kitchen with your family can be really enjoyable. Time of the day, and I encourage people, go back to basics, go back to old-fashioned time.
That's the
Find-
ideal, of course.
Find
Yeah.
time. I still preach this thing because I think it used to be this way. It was better for our mental state. It was better to distress our life. It was better for our general health. It was better for our digestion. It was better for many different.
So better for
things.
digestion, better for health, better for actually family sits down eats together, good
Yeah.
for family, good for your brain. There's some studies now indicating that
course, that's
the
right.
fish
It's very
is important for brain, cognitive
right,
function,
yes.
and all those things. So Paula, you brought some charts for us to see today.
Yeah, this is just a. Do you want me to turn it around
Sure.
like
You
this?
just show it to the camera there.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a vitamin mineral herb chart. Okay. It was developed by someone by the name of Bernard Jensen. He was a PhD in nutrition. He was actually the first. He brought iridology into North America. But this is just to show you a little bit of what we do here.
Okay.
So, for example, for the nervous system, which would be brain and nerve system, your vitamins would be a B complex, all the Bs, B12, B6, choline, folic acid. For your minerals, your calcium, iron, magnesium, manganese. Your herbs of valerian, lobelia, skullcap, and oat-straw. And don't forget that herbs are a very rich source of natural vitamins and minerals. They are, as nature intended us to have. And there's something that they have an herb. I'll give you an example of vitamin C versus rose hips. Very, very high dense in vitamin C, rose hips. But it's a more natural source. It has a synergy of all the elements needed for us to absorb that vitamin C better. There's a natural bioflavonoids, for
And
example.
many different compounds which we don't even discover. so.
Natural bioflavonoids
Yes.
in the rose hips, where when you have a synthesized vitamin C, where it's synthesized man-made in a lab, you don't really know how your body is absorbing it.
Right. Rosehip tea. I love drinking rosehip tea. It's
Yeah.
very, very healthy
Yeah,
that way.
exactly.
Very, very tasty. And the other chart? You have
Yes,
another one there,
I have a food combining chart here. I always recommend that all my clients try at least to food combine and see how they feel.
Okay.
Okay, is this
Food combining.
okay,
Yes. I see you've got one up there. It says subacid fruits.
Right, now we have subacid fruits, for example, should be only combined with acid or sweet fruits, but not with both. They'd be with lettuce or celery. Vegetables can be combined with just about any food. Starches should not be combined, of course, with any protein, be it animal protein or vegetarian protein. And melons should be best eaten alone. But this is just a guide. There's a lot more to food combining,
Right.
and it helps with your digestive system. To obviously, if you don't digest your food properly, Randy, you don't assimilate the nutrients that you should be assimilating.
Yes, assimilation
Okay.
and absorption are really key things
Right.
that people worry about
And
these
if
days.
you have a
Yeah.
meat, for example, a heavy meat meal, and then on top of it you eat a fruit, what will happen is you'll have fermentation
Right.
going on. So it's not a pleasant thing. That's when you have a lot of people with upset stomachs. There are 22 million reported cases every year in North America of acute digestive disorders.
Wow.
So that's quite
Yes. I think it's the most
considerable.
common complaint. which
yeah. People run into the
around, yeah,
hospital
it's
or
true.
to the doctor because of their
Digestive
stomach.
disorders, yeah, it's the most
And they're
common.
developing more. You see more and more developing gluten allergies, wheat allergies
Yes.
as well. These things are happening. And what would be the cause of that?
Or anaphylaxis allergies as well.
Anaphylaxis,
That's
severe
that's
allergic
a
reaction.
serious-
You
Yes.
that's
know,
right.
the problem with gluten intolerance and problem with all the starches is because people today try to build the dietary intake only on dairy and wheat. So, of course, 55% the research shows it's in the form of some kind of dairy product or some kind of wheat product. So,
Right.
if you build the food intake on only two items, eventually, sooner or later, you run into problems, and you can create lots of different deficiencies because you restrict yourself to only, to 2 items.
Right. So is it good to have raw foods?
You know what? It's good to have variety of foods. The most we can have, the better for us. In this way, we provide the variety of nutrients, phytonutrients, vitamins, minerals, whatever our system needs. It's able to extract from actually this food which we put on our table. Raw food is one of the dietary laws which I think people are supposed to apply somehow in their lives today.
Well, raw food is live food, and it's full of enzymes. And enzymes, it's the beginning of life. If we have the more enzymes we have, the better our bodies are going to run.
And of course, digestive enzymes are vital.
Right. But not only digestive enzyme, but just general enzymes.
Metabolic enzymes. So it's important to eat raw food. I usually suggest my clients to have at least one raw item in the meal, because it provides some kind of enzymatic support to digest, to process the whole meal somehow.
Okay.
So it's good idea, although I'm not sure about going 100% raw. It's such a hype regarding this raw food recently. I think we must keep a balance within everything what we do in our life, and the same apply to our dietary habits. So raw is good, but for thousands of years people are using fire for purpose. So you lose some maybe enzyme, but at the same time you break the big food particles into smaller, much more usable forms, which is easier to process. So it's moderation and balance.
Yes. Now, Paula, quickly I want to ask you, you started something called the Slimming Club. Can you describe that for me?
Well, I do see individuals on a one-to-one basis, and then the Slimming Club is something that came about when I had a few clients with the same goal in mind, which was weight loss. And they thought, wouldn't it be nice if we can all maybe get together and meet once a week, as well as, I still will do their programs individually because I believe we're all biochemically diverse. The reason why I can't lose weight is not the same reason why, let's say, you can't lose weight. So I will do their program, but we meet once a week. 8 to 10 of us, and they give each other support and learn how to lose weight in a healthy way, in a proper way, and it's a lifetime commitment. That's where they learn. They've got to change their lifestyle, they've got to change their eating habits, and it's a total turnaround. And I just support them, exactly. So this is that's why I call it the Slimming Clubs, because it runs for 10 weeks. And it's a group of ladies that are interested in sharing their experiences as they're turning around to a healthy lifestyle.
So a little bit of pure help and support from each other as
That's
well.
right, yes. That's the essence of my Slimming Clubs.
And what's the success rate of that?
It's very successful, actually, because people will stick to it because their friend or somebody else they know is actually doing the same thing, and they're doing it together.
Okay, that's great. And then that sounds like a very interesting motivator for people to get out there and do that thing. And it's a motivator for nutrition purposes, not just for right, Maria? Not just for exercise too. People think wellness. People think, well, just diet. But no, it's diet, wellness, it's good relationships, it's positive health.
The problem with their diet industry today, Randy, is that the fact that people think there's a magic pill. They can just go to the health food. Unfortunately, even health food stores sell these things these days, and people think they can buy it, and it's the thermogenics that will boost your metabolism. Unfortunately, they will not work for everyone. We don't all need the same thing. We can't all speed up our metabolism with thermogenics. Some of us have heart problems, and thermogenics is not something you want to do if you have a heart condition.
Yes, I have a friend of mine who jokes. He says he goes out every week and has chicken wings because their hot wings are thermogenic. That's it. Anyway, thank you so much, both of you, for being on the show.
You're very welcome.
Thank you very much.
Paula Ashworth and Maria Fabijak, could you tell us where we can get in touch with you briefly? Clients can
Okay, I run my practice as an independent nutritionist from home. At the same time, I collaborate with Dr. Joseph Kropp, which is environmental medicine specialist, and because I was very, very interested in environmental medicine for some time. So
email? Do you have an email?
Yes, I have an email. My email is Fabizak, Fabizak
Yeah.
at simpatico.ca.
mfabijak at simpatico.ca.
Dot.
Dot .ca, yes.
Okay, and
Yes.
Paula?
Fabizak.
Paula?
Paula Ashworth at
Yes.
NutriHealth.
Yes.
P. Ashworth at nutrihealth.ca.
Yes.
Sorry, I just had a new one come in. P. Ashworth
Yes.
at cogical.ca. That's my email.
Yes.
And my number is 905
Yes.
332 9409.
905-332-94.
332
Yes.
9409.
9409. Yes.
And my number is 905
Yes.
814 9420.
Thank you both so much for joining us. Nice to see you both again.
Thank you.
And I'll just have a couple of quick notes here, a couple of community notes here, as a matter of fact. There's a special theater event going on. This is a wellness feature. It's called Faith Hero, but it actually involves natural health. It's Wednesday, April 6th at 8 p.m. And for more information on tickets, proceeds go to breast cancer, by the way. That's 905-338-1089. And also the Weekend to End Breast Cancer Walk. That's the Weekend to End Breast Cancer Walk. Go online there, www.endcancer.ca for more information. A great cause. So for the producer, Joseph Lau, and the director, Anita Chan, I'm Randy Rowett. Thank you for watching Randy's Wellness TV. We'll see you next time. Take care.